Because again,
I'm
more than just my weight. Like,
say his name.
I tell y'all all the time, the easiest way to keep your own peace is to not disturb the peace of others. I disturbed that woman's peace, and that wasn't my intention. So I apologize if my words made her feel that way. But I do have two things to say. Number one, I never said she don't deserve love because of her size.
Right.
I didn't even know she was big. Jeff told the story, and I said it sounds like big back behavior, and then I started talking about big back belief. Now, if y'all want to have a conversation about reinforcing negative stereotypes of big backs, I understand. I'm open to it. But acting like I was having a conversation about Reesa Teesa's looks and size, that's not accurate. I was speaking in general terms about big back behavior and big back belief. And I actually said nobody has to be that desperate because there is a man out there for you. And I do have one final point, just one. We all have social media. No, we all have social media.
Absolutely.
And we all use it for different reasons.
Yeah.
And Reesa's getting a lot of props for being so vulnerable. Salute to her. But I personally feel like we have to stop bringing this stuff to social media if you don't want people to have an opinion about it.
Amen.
Because some of this stuff should just be reserved for our therapists. If we can't handle people having an opinion about whatever we are venting about, keep it off social media. That's my personal
opinion. That's a good point. When you put it out there in the world, the world's going to come back many different ways.
Absolutely. And she said that she was already insecure about her weight. So then why would you come to such a big platform thinking that,
of course, my only
you're going to be off limits
she ain't know her
comments like because it's people
like that
who was actually
she didn't have that many followers. We talked about it last
on
week.
her.
Absolutely.
You didn't call her a big back.
No, I was just speaking towards big back behavior and big back belief based off the story you told.
Absolutely.
And that's why even when you reference Sheila from Why Did I Get Married?
Yes.
Fantastic movie because even that movie reinforced those same stereotypes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And we also seen where Sheila ate small.
She unbigged her back.
And
she did unbig her back. She definitely did.
And then that man came around. You know what I'm saying?
He was going crazy.
Wanted her, and then the skinny girl, she was spending up the money and all that. So it just all of that to say, like you said, just get therapy for it, especially.
Man, go to the gym, dog. All of that sounds sweet and that's cool. And I understand that Charlamagne is trying to be in a different bag because then everybody he's supposed to be a mental health advocate. He's sitting here bro. Like, listen to him, I'm telling you, dog. I don't listen to him. I'm not here for the tender love when it comes to health. Because I told y'all for a fact, dog, I'm one of the firm believers. And this is the difference between sometimes I be questioning how black some of y'all families is. Because, dog, a running joke in my family, I don't care for woman, man, or whoever, dog. And this may just be ridiculous in our family. Dog, people will walk up to you and rub your stomach like, hey, you need to get it together. I do that to everybody from my aunts, my cousins. It do not matter. And they do the same thing to me. Boy, you be in the gym all day. Why you still got a stomach? And I got to explain it. That's almost a conversation starter for every family event that we have. So some of y'all just too soft for me, dog. I don't even want to have conversations with people who are that soft.
I can't say it's too soft, but I just think it's once one person say it and they find it, it's funny. And I think, because let's be honest, if it wasn't, everybody probably said the same exact thing. But because it's Charlamagne, it's going to hit more because that's somebody that's popular. If it wasn't, and that, like even with Meek, I feel like everybody talk about it because
it was
academics picking it up. That's what you got to address. You ain't addressed nobody else to sit here and say it's talking about you and making you calling you freak news. You address the academics. You talked about academics
for sure.
So I just think because it was the Breakfast Club, they picked it up. Everybody talked about that story. Everybody talked about her. So I think just that was a free target. It was an easy target, and because he said big back.
But you know what's so crazy, and that's some reason why I kind of appreciate Charlamagne for saying that, because you're absolutely right. A lot of people said it, and a lot of people did not sit here and say what he said. Outside of me, though, and y'all know I listen to a lot of male podcasters try to act like they didn't see it yet. They haven't, like, bro, come on, y'all live on social media. Like, stop. Even if you didn't see, I didn't still listen to and break down. I didn't watch not one episode, but because I physically looked at her. And this is, listen to what I'm telling you, though, and this is somebody who creates content and somebody who works out all the time, because I know I create content. You know why why I do this? And that's why I always use because I don't want to look like academics on camera, dog. I got two eyes. I know what I don't want to look like. And that be my point of people like, you can't sit here and say you want to get on camera, you want to create content, and then you want a pity party. And those two things don't mix, dog. You won't have to live in your truth if that's what you want to do. If you really want to create content, dog, you're going to have to sit in it. Academic, that's why I can respect academics, and that's why I always will give him credit where credit is due. He know he fat. He don't care. He know he got a drinking problem. He even gave himself a nickname. with Henny Ack or Henny, whatever, all them little nicknames he gave himself. But that's my point. He's okay with dog. If he's in here signing up for his death certificate, he just gonna take Henny to the head on live stream for his audience. And cool, I cannot sit here and be mad at somebody who is committed in their bed and this is just who I am. This is a part of my character. But dog, I'm not gonna sit here and give nobody no pity party for sitting here not wanting to work out. And you sitting here, because I promise you, guess what? And this is from somebody who used to be big. And I've talked about leading with money. When you are bigger, you still sometimes feel like if somebody you really on their heels and you don't have that confidence level, or you feel like they're doing you a favor. And I'm speaking as a man who has dealt with that, like, oh, damn, I got this badge on, she on my heels. You spinning way faster than you realistically got to. Because if you lose some weight and your confidence level get a little bit higher, you post a lot more on social media, you get way more attention, you get way more feedback, you get way more DMs. So guess what? That same woman could spin the back block again. And I realize that all the time now. When women that I used to be gone off of maybe 5 years ago, when they reach back out now, I kind of just, my conversation for them don't be as animated as I know it would have been 5 years ago. But that's sitting here saying, I'm going to pour into myself, I'm going to take care of myself, and I'm going to build up my own self-esteem. I'm going to build up my own self-confidence. And then you understand you value yourself differently. And I do think sometimes, because again, when we live in this generation where women sit here saying, oh, men never supposed to feel like the prize, or they never supposed to value themselves. The niggas be wanting to act like princesses. Cool. Listen to what I'm saying. I hear all of those jokes, those clapbacks, calling men sassy, and all of that stuff is cool. But I'm speaking to men. I'm gonna keep saying this. If you are a man and you feel like you lack any confidence in women, you can take this however y'all want, because some of y'all act like y'all cool as being big, and that's your health. You got to deal with it your own. Just don't start up no gun for me or send me no sit here sob stories when you got to pay for them crazy health bills when you got to get on them diabetes medicine. And don't forget that Ozempic. We'll talk about Oprah in a minute. That Ozempic, it's getting a little bit hard to find them. And people, it's made for diabetics. So you better be careful on how you sit here and play these games. And especially when we talking about if Trump get back in office, y'all better stop acting like all this medicine and all this other stuff that's already kind of expensive won't get crazy, because it will. You've seen it happen. So just going back to what I'm saying here, saying building up your self-esteem, dog, you got to sit here and want better for yourself. And you have to be honest with yourself and sit here and say, damn, if I looked a little bit better, you think I could get better results when it comes to dating? Let me tell you something. Yes, you can. Would you have to put in as much work to date somebody if you look physically more attractive? No, you won't. I don't care what somebody's trying to tell you. No, it's just about the bread, or it's just about, no, listen to me, man or woman, the better you look, the less effort you have to put in when it comes to attracting the opposite sex. Or even if you're into the same sex, it don't matter. Everybody's eyes is lusty. If you look good, you look good. It's a universal thing. Like, let's just be clear. Like, that's even when we talked about the Trey Songz thing. It's hard for people to believe any of these allegations about Trey Songz. You know why? Because Paul's no homo. Trey Songz is a universally beautiful man. And that's my point. If you're a man, you should sit here and say, dang, I want women to look at me the same way they look at Trey Songz. And that for a woman, the same way we sit here and gave Bernice some push, like, oh yeah, I get why she don't want to be called grandma, because she don't look like nobody grandma. If I'm a woman, I'm not sitting here saying go do the surgery stuff or whatever, but we talking about just universally beautiful. The way people react to certain people, though, they will react to you the same way if you achieve that level of beauty. And it may not have to be that high as a Trey Songz or a Bernice, but you still have to be honest with yourself. And most people just be wanting to be like, hey, just love me as I am. Dog, let's be real. You don't love you as you are, especially when you overweight, dog. And you can't breathe. Dog, I've been there. I just told y'all, I know it's new listeners every time, so sometimes I got to reevaluate some of these stories, though. I've been that person. I remember I can't even remember how many Christmases ago that was now, but I was sitting here picking out Christmas gifts from, I think maybe Marcus might only had one son at this time, picking up Christmas gifts, and I'm bending down trying to pick up the gift. And I was just like, damn, why do I feel this way bending down to pick this toy up? Like, it just didn't feel right. Like, you can't sit here and I've been fat before. I know for a fact I went to a doctor's appointment before, and the eye doctor sit here and told me, hey, if you don't sit here and get these, you want to get ready to get on these cholesterol pills? And when she said that, you know what, first off the ring off my head, and again, a lot of y'all don't like to be honest. So that is a trait that runs in my entire family on both sides, mother and father. Both grandparents have, and they were skinny. Both grandfathers were skinny, but guess what? Both of them, just because they chugging them goddamn beers down, smoking and all that, not taking care of themselves, they have died at earlier ages. They was old to me as a kid, but now if I look back, they wasn't 90-something. My grandmothers lived to be that long, but neither one of my grandfathers was that goddamn old. They both died when I was a goddamn kid. What are we talking about? But that's not taking care of yourself. And y'all be sitting here wanting to run away from that real conversation, because unhealth of course, comes skinny, big, or whatever the case may be. But you better be real with how your family bloodline runs, because if you know if it's high blood cholesterol or it's high cholesterol or diabetes, keep playing with yourself if you want. Yes, people will fuck you. You're absolutely right. Somebody will sit here and lay and tear that big back all the way to, I will. You can slide in my DM if you look like something you got to be back. I'm going to hit, but that don't mean I'm going to make a long-term commitment to you. Like, come on, dog. Like, stop playing.
Isn't working anymore.